Have you ever stared blankly at your monitor, your fingers completely frozen over the mouse, wondering with deep frustration why raw, unfiltered video recorded with beat-up, second-hand equipment and questionable quality manages overnight to rack up millions of views, conquer the global feeds, and get every major media outlet talking about it, while your own meticulously crafted masterpiece, into which you poured weeks of relentless day and night effort, applied top-tier Hollywood transitions, color grading, and bled your very soul, gets permanently locked in a cruel prison of 0 or 10 views? Do you catch yourself whispering that the algorithmic gods are waging a personal vendetta against your channel? Do you convince yourself that blind luck was on everyone else's side while you simply drew the short straw in life? Stop right there in your tracks, freeze your thoughts, and throw all those comfortable, hollow excuses straight into the trash where they belong. The absolute truth is that creating viral content, capturing millions of engaged views, and building sustainable long-term growth on platforms like YouTube has absolutely zero to do with random luck, blind coincidence, mysterious algorithmic sorcery, or trying to calculate the exact minute and second you hit the upload button. Everything is actually hidden inside a dark, blind spot that 99% of creators completely ignore as they endlessly trap themselves in a relentless, exhausting cycle of repetitive, uninspired video making, mindless copycat behavior, and absolute, crushing despair. The hidden secret to ultimate success is concealed deep within the complex engineering of the human viewer's brain and a profound, practical understanding of attention psychology, and until you finally uncover and master this hidden mystery, you are permanently condemned to professional stagnation and slow channel death. To be completely transparent and honest with you, just a few short years ago, almost everyone entering this digital journey was firmly convinced that the ultimate golden ticket to success on YouTube and content creation was owning a $1 billion cinema camera, a studio-grade microphone worth hundreds of dollars, and editing software overflowing with heavy visual effects and superficial gloss. But a massive earthquake in the industry shattered all those fragile equations and pulverized that giant illusion once and for all. Major platforms proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that high-end hardware is strictly a psychological barrier and a lazy, cowardly excuse used by people who are simply terrified to start. Let me give you a tangible, real-world example so you can grasp the true, raw depth of this reality. Remember the extraordinary life story and harrowing journey of someone like Keanu Reeves. Here is a man who blew the cinematic world apart with the legendary movie The Matrix, yet behind this globally successful, adored, and beloved public face, a mountain of unimaginable darkness, shattering tragedy, and physical pain was quietly buried. He endured the heartbreaking loss of his newborn baby daughter, suffered through the bitter, untimely death of his closest friend, and sank deep into the blackest, most suffocating clinical depression known to Earth. Many ordinary people would have shattered completely and irreparably under such mortal, soul-crushing conditions, surrendered entirely to a cruel destiny, and spent the remainder of their days trapped safely inside the warm, comforting cocoon of self-pity and perpetual victimhood. But how on earth did Keanu Reeves manage to climb out of that terrifying psychological abyss and rise once more like a phoenix as the undisputed living legend before whom the whole world removes its hat in deep respect? The first and most vital lesson of Keanu Reeves' legendary life reveals itself right here with absolute, undeniable force: the fierce courage to be completely reborn out of the ashes of catastrophic failure and utter ruin. Cognitive and human psychology has repeatedly proven to us that the human mind was never biologically designed for permanent collapse and passive surrender. It was masterfully engineered to bounce back, adapt, and surge forward with explosive power after every single fatal fall. When Keanu Reeves lost all his domestic sanctuaries and his most cherished possessions in the world, instead of weeping endlessly, whining about bad luck, or begging an indifferent fate for mercy, he made a conscious decision to transform his agonizing, raw pain into unadulterated fuel for his personal progress, patience, and deep character evolution. The golden, unshakable lesson for you as a human being and a digital creator is this: pain, failure, sudden slumps in viewership, and hitting a brick wall are never the terminal endpoints of your professional life. They are precisely the exact coordinate points where your real, resilient, and winning character is born from the ashes. Until you finally learn how to weaponize your emotional scars and use them as solid stepping stones for an upward climb, you will forever remain a fugitive loser who turns tail and flees the battlefield at the very first sign of a headwind. Hold on tightly though, because that is merely one piece of the massive, complex puzzle of personal development and professional success. Let us dig much deeper into how individuals like Keanu Reeves preserve their ironclad focus, unbreakable personal discipline, and peerless commitment during the most grueling, and breath-sapping personal and professional conditions imaginable. When Keanu prepared himself to star in punishing, physically demanding cinematic universes like The Matrix or John Wick, he spent months subjected to the heaviest, most brutal, and exhausting athletic and martial arts training regimens on the face of the planet, all while carrying a physical body heavily loaded with chronic pain, severe injuries, and overwhelming daily fatigue. Many average people stepping into his shoes would have thrown in the white towel during the very first week at the first minor sign of muscle soreness or physical agony, complaining loudly and whining that they were simply too old, that the pressure and mental stress were far too much to bear, and retreating quickly to seek out easier, more comfortable paths. But Keanu Reeves delivered a massive, resonant lesson through his physical actions. True, unwavering consistency means executing hard, grueling, and tedious tasks at the exact moments when absolutely no one, not even your own tired self, feels like doing them. The established psychology of habits explicitly teaches us that the biological human brain is hopelessly, chemically addicted to laziness, comfort, and stillness, constantly fighting with all its might to retreat backward into its cozy comfort zone to conserve precious metabolic energy. When you make the conscious choice to act directly against your brain's lazy, excuse-making impulses while building your YouTube channel or pursuing your grandest life goals, and show up every single day without a single excuse, even on those dark days when your internal energy meter hits absolute zero, you are actively rewriting your brain's neural pathways from the ground up. This is the magical, definitive turning point that separates ordinary, complaining, excuse-making individuals from true, immortal legends. Successful people and true legends fall deeply in love with the unglamorous process of suffering, striving, and smashing through difficult barriers to achieve authentic growth, whereas defeated people fall exclusively and shallowly in love with the final outcome and unearned rewards without ever wanting to pay their heavy, required toll. Now let us venture one step further into one of the most hidden, delicate, and yet dangerously seductive layers of the success mindset: radical humility and strict ego control. Despite commanding astronomical, multi-million-dollar salaries, legendary global wealth, and absolute international stardom, Keanu Reeves still casually rides public subways, sits quietly and unbothered on dirty park benches, wears ordinary, in-branded clothes, and anonymously donates the vast majority of his massive fortune directly to children's hospitals and those in desperate need. Why does he do this? Because he reached a profound state of self-awareness, realizing clearly that the ego, false pride, and arrogant self-importance are the ultimate hidden assassins of true progress, continuous learning, and lasting popularity. Success and leadership psychology repeatedly warns us that the further you advance along your personal path of growth, financial wealth, or professional achievement, the greater the lurking danger of a swollen ego and toxic self-importance hollowing you out completely from the inside. When you finally sit down to create your content and secretly convince yourself that you already know everything, that your video editing is flawless, and that your viewers should naturally bow before your superior intellect, that exact microsecond marks the ignition of your free fall and the quiet death of your channel. Keanu Reeves teaches us through his lifelong example that true success means keeping your bare feet firmly planted on the humble soil of reality despite all your accumulated power, status, and money, approaching the world every single day like a hungry, eager, humble beginner. This internal humility and authentic character give you the enduring power to remain at your absolute peak for years on end without ever succumbing to toxic pride or alienating your precious audience. Let me share a very shocking, bitter, and ruthless truth with you that might initially feel almost impossible to swallow. The greatest obstacle blocking your growth, progress, and success is not society's harsh economic conditions, nor the broken state of the country, nor a lack of starting capital, nor even the cold, ruthless YouTube algorithm. The absolute greatest obstacle is the false, self-pitying stories you manufacture and repeat to yourself inside your own head every single day. Keanu Reeves could easily have spent the rest of his life after those horrific, unimaginable tragedies posing as a helpless victim of bad luck, living comfortably inside a bitter cocoon of martyrdom, chronic depression, and endless excuses. Yet he resolutely refused victimhood and never abandoned his personal accountability. Cognitive psychology teaches us that the human brain is an absolute master at manufacturing clever excuses, shifting blame outward onto others, and crafting pathetic loser narratives to shield us from taking risks and accepting full responsibility. Every single time you stand before the bathroom mirror and declare to yourself with finality, "I'm simply too old for this, the economic climate is completely terrible, I don't have high-end production gear," or "I completely lack viral talent," you are weaving the executioner's noose for your own grand dreams with your own hands and surrendering unconditionally to a manufactured fate. The vital lesson here is this: you are not the passive product of external circumstances, you are precisely and accurately the product of the choices, reactions, and relentless efforts you deployed during your life's darkest and most demanding moments. Until you take 100% absolute responsibility for your failures and triumphs, zero real miracles will ever occur in your world. Now let us piece together this complex, beautiful, deep, and psychological puzzle to view the clear, ultimate picture of your path forward. Growing on YouTube, succeeding in competitive business, and engineering a true masterpiece life is never a magical miracle. It is a dedicated journey filled with necessary suffering, continuous self-awareness, steel-forged consistency, and a radical, foundational shift in mindset and mental models. Keanu Reeves proved conclusively through his daily actions that you can emerge from the deepest, darkest cave of pain, failure, and despair to become an immortal legend, provided you cast away your childish excuses, embrace the heavy suffering of the path with open arms, and push forward every single day by taking a real, tangible step, no matter how small, toward a stronger, wiser, and vastly better version of yourself. Starting today, banish the toxic victim mindset forever, seize absolute ownership of your unique journey, and fight like a true, enlightened warrior. Toss traditional, lazy thinking straight into the fire and engineer your content around the real, beating needs of the human viewer's brain.